I have my earpiece in and I'm holding it because it's very windy outside. I am going to wait a minute for a couple people to watch, and once I see that we have some people, I'm going to ask that everybody share this video out everywhere, because it's really important that you guys share this video out. What I am about to say is very difficult, and before I say it, I am going to give a forewarning of what some people in power are going to do to combat this type of a message. So if you guys could please share this video. Before I say anything, you guys got to know that people like Dan Kildee, and I will go ahead and say once again, people like Melissa Mays, who is working for and under people like Dan Kildee, the congressman, and I wrote some things down. This is such a hard thing to say that I really do have to read. From it, I ask that you guys listen to it all from start to finish, and be patient with me. So after a message like this, because this has happened before, there are going to be messages given from higher sources, higher powers that be, to try and combat this and make it seem like everything is just fine, to make it seem like what I'm saying isn't true. They're going to try and dilute and minimize the message. So please be forewarned in advance to watch for that. I'm saying it right now that this is going to be combated against. Okay, so I'm letting you guys know right now. I'm asking you to share this out. Okay, I'm going to start with this. If you look up the word, Holocaust online, the definition of it is destruction or slaughter on a mass scale. The Romans used it. They poisoned their water with lead, and they even used it as a form of birth control, and it was successful. Okay, you guys have to understand a lot of the things here that are going on in Flint. Okay, I'm going to start with a strike that happened just on this road right next to me 19 years ago to this month of June 23rd in 2017. The largest General Motors strike since 1970 was held right here on this street, right on that road. And this strike cost General Motors $2 billion in profit because it lasted for so long. And it resulted in all across the country, sales and work had to be halted because Flint, Michigan, the people in Flint, Michigan striked so hard and they striked so long that General Motors lost $2 billion in profit. Okay, so that's really important history to know that. 19 years ago to this month, this happened right here on this road. And it led right to, it stopped right here where you see that tower. There's a thing that goes over the street. They stopped right there and they striked. The Flint workers did. Okay, so the thing about Flint, Michigan is that Flint, Michigan is so toxic that they should have evacuated this city years ago. They should have evacuated the city like 1989, let's just say. So nobody really should be living here. Nobody should live here with what is here. Racer is a super fun site up off of Coldwater and Dort. It's that site that I told you guys that if you're wondering what I'm doing, it's windy outside, so I'm holding this to my face. This super fun site houses millions of gallons of toxic waste, arsenic, cyanides, heavy metals, thousands and thousands of toxins that are leaking into downstream, because it's up on a hill and it's leaking down into Flint. Not only is it leaking, but it has been approved. Okay, so I want to give you guys the right information, so I got to look at the notes. I have seen the documents, not right now, but eventually here soon, today or tomorrow, we will post them and share them with you guys, okay? Just hang tight and be patient with me, y'all, okay? Gotta find the right... This racer site that I'm telling you guys about, okay? Our federal government owns this racer Superfund site. Our federal government owns this racer Superfund site that houses this toxic waste, okay? This site is currently for sale. It's for sale, just like Kettering, that Chevy in the Hole, that big Superfund site over there was for sale, and they sold it. They sold that Superfund site of Chevy in the Hole to Kettering for $1. Kettering used to be GMI, General Motors Institute. They changed the name to Kettering. They essentially sold it back to the exact same people for $1. So basically, they're trying to sell this racer Superfund site to wash their hands clean from the responsibility of what is happening right now. Okay, so right before the switch of the water, there's paperwork showing that they gave permission. There's this organization or whatever it's called. What's the name of it? O'Brien and Jean. In December of 2014, they filed an application requesting permission to dump this toxic waste into Flint, Michigan's sanitary line, the sanitary sewer system, okay? So the pipes in Flint, Michigan are not the main issue. The lead in the pipes are not the issue. Because the toxic waste that they have been dumping from this racer fund site, they have been dumping heavy levels of unfiltered, unprocessed lead, okay? And it's been cross-contaminating into the pipes, into these people's homes since before the water switch. The city of Flint, Michigan, the city and the state and the MDEQ approved for them to do this. They approved for this toxic waste site. There's overflowages when it rains outside. They have approved for them to dump this into the city of Flint, Michigan's sanitary sewage, okay? I'm going to read a little bit for you guys. Here's what I've written down. I usually don't do this. I speak straight from the heart, but this is very pressing information. I'm asking every single one of you guys to share it. Pipes are not the main concern here in Flint, Michigan. The lead levels are coming from the sanitary sewer and cross-contaminating the drinking water. The lines above the sanitary lines, okay? So the lines go like this. This is the water. This is the water. This is the sewage, the sanitary sewage lines. All it takes is a break in the mains. Over these years, there have been tons of these breaks in the mains for that to cross-contaminate. And that's exactly what has happened, okay? If they switch the pipes here in the city, they're only switching these pipes to appease the people. It's not going to fix the problem. It's not going to give them good water. It's not. They have approved to dump toxic waste. They have literally been dumping toxic waste into the sanitary sewage lines here in the city, unfiltered and unprocessed. About 1999 is when they stopped filtering it. Before that, they would dump it, but they would filter the heavy metals and all of the toxins out. They stopped doing it. They approved for this to happen right before the emergency manager came in and approved for the switch. Before they switched the water, they made sure that it was extra poisonous. Then they went and switched the water. Okay, they dumped, and let me read to you. Listen to this. 5,000 gallons for 1 to 5 days at a time, every 3 to 5 months has been approved since 1999 of unfiltered and uncleansed toxic poison from this racer Superfund site to be dumped into Flint, Michigan that is owned by our federal government. Our federal government repossessed and retook that racer fund site that was General Motors when they bailed General Motors out of bankruptcy. Okay? General Motors was bailed out of bankruptcy, and our government took on the Superfund site, and now they're trying to sell this one too, so somebody else has the responsibility of it. Again, what I'm saying here is that they know. It's a distraction. The water is not good. And even if they switch the water over to the Great Lakes Authority under the stupid contract for 30 years, they're trying to pin them for 30 years. No matter if they get the KWA pipes in here, it doesn't matter what they do. Flint is toxic. They should have evacuated this city a long time ago. Nobody should be living here. Not a single person should be living in this city, and they know it. This is revenge from General Motors. I've been saying this. I have said this for a long time. This is the way General Motors gets revenge on Flint, Michigan, is they do exactly what they've strategically done over these years, okay? This trailer park is an example of that. All of these houses are an example of that. Poisoning these people, they know exactly what they're doing. This strike that happened right here on this road, literally right there, 50 feet away, not even, caused General Motors to lose $2 billion in profit. What do? They closed up every shop. They promised to bring in millions and millions of dollars of new equipment to this city. But you know what they did instead? They filed bankruptcy knowing that our federal government was going to bail them out, and our federal government repossessed everything that they owned, including these Superfund sites that are in Flint, Michigan, that are flowing downstream from overflow, that are leaking and contaminating the land, and that are also has been given approval. They filled an application asking for approval for 5,000 gallons of poison to be poured into the sanitary sewage system in Flint, Michigan. Just like in December of 2013, they approved for them to do this, okay? April of 2014 is when they made the switch, okay? This was all done on purpose. They know. Flint's water, just like the residents say, we're never going to have clean water. I'll never drink this water again. They have hit it right on the head. I worry that unless they find we got to think outside the box here. And right now, the target is our federal government. They are responsible, and they have been putting the pressure on so many other different people, and they have sold people. They've gotten people to sell it, like Melissa Mays, and I'm calling her out again. I don't care what she says. Melissa Mays is working with people like Dan Kildee and the concerned pastors that have done all of these settlements, and these pods in Flint, Michigan are about to be closed up. And this bottled water is crap too, because if you look on the bottled water in Flint, Michigan, it says that this is municipal water that is treated by reverse osmosis. They're about to close all of these pods up and leave them with this water because they're trying to close a deal. Karen Weaver is this little puppet, and she's trying to close a deal on this Great Lakes Water Authority for this 30-year contract. That's like selling your life. 30-year contract to the Great Lakes Water Authority. 30 years. So basically, it's either the KWA or this 30-year contract with the Great Lakes Water Authority. They're both awful, okay? They're both awful. And you notice, they're not doing anything in Flint. The only reason why they're tearing up any of these pipes in the first place is to make it seem like they're doing something, but they know darn well, water is a distraction. This water is a distraction. The water is bad, okay? But this Racer Superfund site that is sitting off of cold water in Dort, they are dumping 5,000 gallons for 1 to 5 days at a time, every 3 to 5 months, they said, into Flint. They've had permission to do this. They have gotten permission to poison the people and to kill the people. You got to remember that there's so many people that are state funded, and they're researching what's going on here. When I go around Flint, I look at this place, this amazing city of amazing people, and I think of the Holocaust. I think of the Holocaust, and people talk about FEMA camps, and when you think about a FEMA camp, this is one. The way they have set this up to fail. Obama came in here and he set the water under his term because that switch happened. They gave permission. They started dumping this stuff under his term here. He came in here and he mocks these people. You got residents in the city that are selling the people out too, and they know what's going on. They don't care. They sold their soul out. I'm telling you. What is happening here is so wicked, and you guys have to share this video out. 194 people right now. You have to share this video out.